That was such a good reading. I've been smiling all the way home. Like a stupid person. People are looking at me because I'm going like this. I've been lobotomized.
What do you expect? In today's episode, what are you doing to Mama? Welcome. So today I am meeting Christian again. We are going to see an exhibition at the, I think, Kulturhuset. I'm going there. We're meeting there anyway. The exhibition is about costumes, how to take care of them, stuff like that. Sounds really interesting. Right up our alley. Right up our alley. And after that, I'm going into work to do some laundry and mending and ironing and carrying stuff up to the attic. Because some things, we don't need some things. And some things have arrived from other theatres and needs to get up. And then, after that, I'm going to reading at Playhouse Teater. Oh, I guess I should be reading up on what the reading is. But I don't know. I'm just going there. I love a good reading. I do. I love readings so much. But right now, I'm getting on my bike, going into the city, by way of some secondhand store, if there's time. I'm not sure. I'm not late. I'm never late. But I'm not early, and I'm always early. So, there you go. By the way, I'm looking absolutely lovely in these new, sort of semi-new shoes. Lovely socks from H&M. These pants. And this face. Buongiorno. That's Italian if you're not familiar with Italian. So, I bought some really interesting stuff at a second-hand store. It's not really interesting now. It's gonna get interesting. Well, I think it is. Later on. Stay tuned. Now outside the Kulturhuset and waiting for Christian. We are not quite sure where because this whole building is closed for repairs. So we're not quite sure where this exhibition is going to be. There is Christian waiting. He's not. Hello. What do you expect?
Oh, some greatness in tailoring and costume stuff.
This is Kostymdrama. Drama. Let us in, please. Here we are inside. We just paid 40 crowns. It's $5. And here we are looking at costumes for a show I really didn't like. I didn't like the show and I didn't like the costumes. Now looking at them, they're sort of gorgeous. But, so look at this loveliness. So this is part of the exhibition that I prefer when they are, I don't know the English word for that, the painter, it says here, the one who's aging and dyeing and printing costumes. The painter? Or maybe, yeah. Oh, I saw this one. And I just love those covered buttons. So these are hats. The hat part of the exhibition. Look at those. That's a mushroom. And I don't know what that is. What? Oh, that's a mushroom as well. Poisonous one. This, I guess, these are patterns, but not for hats, obviously. Look at that one. Fantastic. Was worn by Eliza in My Fair Lady a couple of years ago, and I absolutely hated this dress. I despised it. It's so. This is the one she wears at the ball when everyone says, "Oh, who's that beautiful woman?" And she's. To me, this is British bedspread. Right?
And then they all came in wearing this dress. Disgusting. I don't know where these were worn, but I absolutely want one. The one with the flowers. God. Look at this loveliness. Christian had his hand in the picture before.
Like this.
Like this. So show us the feathers.
Oh, look at the
Feathers. Covered buttons. I love the button. I love the collar. So look at this lovely pocket. It's like a bag. That was used in... I think that's a great idea. That's fantastic, isn't it? We are now going out looking for some vegan food. Because this guy's hungry. I'm gonna get some waters, and this is a really nice restaurant if you're vegan in Stockholm. Well, this is not a vegan restaurant, they have vegan options, and they are really beautiful food. Here I am at work, how do you do? So remember when I told you that I bought something that was kind of interesting, or will turn into something interesting, that I bought today at a second-hand shop? Well, this thing, this thing, and this is Lucas coming, and this thing. Come in! Don't stand in... Oh God, he's so shy. I'll get back to you. So what happened was, I got a brand new key, which is that I can get in like everywhere in this hotel, in this theatre. Well, anyway, these really inexpensive, like $2 each. I am gonna I bought them for the fur, because I'm gonna make some furry things, and for the stuffing, because I'm gonna use the stuffing as well in those furry things. And then I realized I bought one that hasn't got any stuffing, but I'm gonna use it anyway. I'm gonna show you later. So people, I'm done for the day, and I'm off to Playhouse Teater for some reading. And the fun part is I know nothing about this play. I think there's 2 men in it, but I can't remember. Exciting. That was really good reading and a really good talk back afterwards. One guy was black and one was white, and a woman said, "This is very important," and and I thought, it's just because it's a black person on stage doesn't mean that. Just because one of the guys is black doesn't mean it has to go to. Does that black person always have to play sort of the victim every time? Because it felt like that with the white audience sitting there. It's the very brave thing, this. And it's like, well, he's a good actor. For some privileged white people, a black person on stage always evokes pity. They always see they never see just a person, or an actor, or a life. It's just sort of like, it's always in a relationship, or they should be pitied. And I think that's dangerous. Guys, I have to tell you about the play before I sort of get off. So it's a play called Dutch Masters by Greg Keller, and it's about 2 guys in their early 20s meeting on the subway, one black, one white, and the black guy sort of he sort of starts talking to the white guy who's reading, And the white guy is sort of a little bit scared or apprehensive about this sort of very powerful black guy. And the black guy sort of bully him to join him in smoking some marijuana. And they sort of play with the audience thinks, oh, the black guy is going to do something bad. And I don't think it's because the race thing that is black, but because someone sort of take contact with someone on the subway and sort of starting, yeah, okay. So they come up to the apartment where the black guy lives, and then sort of what follows is that the black guy's mother used to work for the white guy's mother, and the black guy have all the stuff that the white guy didn't have, and the black guy used to play in the white guy's bedroom when he wasn't home, and he knew everything about him, and his mother really loved the black guy's mother really loved the white guy, and the black guy feel that he sort of have taken her away from him. And to me that's the reason I don't really think it's about, to me it's more like the black thing is sort of more like the race thing is more like a sort of almost like a spice or something you add to it, or this will make it interesting if he's a black guy, because what it is in in its center is a story about one guy who feels that his mother was never home, she was at work, living with this other, taking care of she was the house, what do you say, the house, not the housewife, she was taking care of the house and the people and cleaning and stuff. And the black guy, and then she got fired. She wasn't really fired, she left because they asked if she had seen this piece of jewelry, and then it turns out the black guy himself had stolen it. So, and that's what's sort of weird with the play. It's like he brought the problem on himself by stealing. And he used to steal a lot. It's really hard to sort of be honest, he says. And I guess sort of when everyone, because they wanted to say, but because he was black, sort of people expected him to steal, or that's what they do. And his friends did. So, but it's a really great play, and it's fantastic in its sort of, and it's so well acted and so well directed. I was so moved by it, but to me it wasn't that. Afterwards, we were some people talking, and they sort of tried to make it into sort of this is really about race, and to me it wasn't. Although the interesting part wasn't that. It was sort of like what you taking things, because the black guy said that he has appropriated things to the white guy because he listened to rap music and stuff like that, and he had all the stuff, he had sort of appropriated all the kids' things, toys and stuff like that. So we should have talked about that. It's time to buy groceries for tomorrow's lunch. You know that feeling when you bought every ingredient for this sumptuous feast that is fast red pesto pasta, and then you get down to the last thing, which is vegan crème fraîche with red peppers, and they're out, or you can't find it, so you have to sort of buy the stuff because you don't want to put them back, but you can't cook it. You have to go somewhere else to buy it. My life. Travesty. It's a travesty. That was such a good reading. I've been smiling all the way home. Like a stupid person. People are looking at me because I'm going like this. I've been lobotomized.